Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County District Library Guiding Ohio Online Grant. We're going to take a look at Google Chrome browser and the settings that you might want to change. And we're doing this because when you're looking and searching on the web, you might want to keep in mind of what is tracking, who and what is tracking you, as well as security and your privacy settings. So before we get started, just keep in mind that this project was supported in whole or in part by the Federal Institute of Museum and Library Services funds. It's granted through the State Library of Ohio. The opinions expressed herein do not necessarily reflect the position or policy of the IMLS or the State Library of Ohio. And no official endorsement by either agency should be inferred. So to get started, we're going to be looking at the Google Chrome web browser on an actual desktop. However, you're going to see everything looking very similar and the same pretty much on a phone, as well as you will notice that whether you're using Firefox or Edge or any other web browser that's out there, for the most part, there might be some slight name changes or something a little bit different, but it's going to be the same concept in terms of setting these privacy and security settings. So to get started with the Chrome browser here, we're going to go up to our three dots where we can go to our controls, and we're going to go down to settings. And from within settings, then we're going to right away jump to privacy and security. Looking at privacy and security, this is where we will go down here to security. This week we are going to take a look at like four different options. And we're going to look at some more in detail next week as well. So when you go here to security, I changed this real quickly because I wanted you to see the standard default what is marked and checked is standard protection. The recommendation here is that you change this over to enhanced protection. The standard protection is, like I said, default. So what it's going to be is if you install Google Chrome on your device, this is where it's going to be at. If you go to enhanced, you'll see you have all these options. When it's on, what you see that changes, and the things to consider. Basically what it's doing is, this is a privacy aspect where it sends every URL that you visit to Google to analyze it, and then what it does is it makes it so that it's different from the standard mode where you might download a malicious type of site and information there that often these sites, malicious type sites, they will come and go very quickly on the internet. What this does here by having the enhanced protection, it is actually providing you better protection because it's much more up to date and current in terms of hopefully stopping some of that malicious site and information that is out there. If you scroll on down the page, then when you get past where the safe browsing is, you come to where the secure connections are at. When you go here to secure connections, always use a secure connection. And this is where, again, you can toggle it on and off. I would suggest that you have this toggled on, and by turning this on, you're preventing, Chrome will always try, by turning this on, it's going to always allow the connection to be secure, and then it'll give you a warning if sites are not. So we've got it turned on here, always use a secure connection. And then I'm going to go on down here where I have it not only using that secure connection, but also I'm going to go to the next one down where it goes to advanced, and it will warn me if a password is breached. So in other words, we use our a web browser to go to our bank, or to go to a credit card company, or whatever it might be that you use where you would put a password in. This will alert you if it sees that that password has somehow, somewhere out on the internet, been breached, and it'll give you a message that will come up and say that there's been that data breach. Obviously, the thing to do would be as soon as possible, right away, get that password changed. And then the next option here is make it harder for people with access to your internet traffic to see which sites you visit. So when you go to use a secure DNS, by again turning this on, when it's the blue button, it's been turned on. You turn this on and it prevents your ISP. ISP standing for your internet service provider. So that would be whoever provides your internet to you, be it Spectrum, be it Verizon, be it BrightNet. They can actually track the location, the sites, and the stuff that you travel to. This does what is called encrypts that information, so it's not accessible, it's not available. It's kind of like hiding that information a little bit more. And then we're going to go down here to I shouldn't say we're going to go down here. I'm going to go scroll back up here, because what I want to do is where we went to this always use a secure connection. I want to show you how, if you're doing this, if I go here to Google Chrome, automatically will bring up this with a secure, when something is not secure. Because when you go to the web, what you see is you see HTTPS. If that S is not there, it will alert you and let you know. However, by turning that on, it makes it much more noticeable, because here we have HTTPS, notice, or HTTP, and notice there is no S. So this is telling you right away, hey, you are going to a site that is not a secure site. Do you want to continue? So it's just that much more quickly and likely to make it noticeable to you that that site is not secure. In other words, this is a site that I would never recommend that you put anything like a credit card information and so forth into. So again, I'm going to go back here to my settings page and just go right back through one more time here. We went under privacy and security to security. We did the enhanced protection. We did a secure site, warning if it's an insecure public site, or you can change it to public and private sites. We went to advanced, and we also went to use a secure DNS. Make it harder for people with access to your internet traffic to see where you are going. Those are the changes that we made. Notice that I do have all of those at this point turned on, with the radio button here changed to enhanced protection. So I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and do keep in mind that this project is supported in whole by the Federal Institute of Museum and Library Services Funds and the State Library of Ohio.